Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope that you guys are all staying safe amidst the COVID-19 mass hysteria outbreak. I'm gonna go ahead and be transparent with you. I filmed this already and I hated the content. So I decided, you know what, let me sit down, let me plan, let me organize. Let me pull some of my thoughts together so that I can really have a good conversation with you guys about situationships. So this is a part 2. The part 1 to this conversation will be listed up in the cards below. So click on that. You can go ahead, watch it. I actually just watched it back. I posted that video maybe 2 years ago and everything that I said in there was super relevant. I had some really great tips and advice and things to kind of share alongside my experience about how to navigate being in a situationship and how not to be in a situationship. So I just wanted to come on here, talk to you guys for a bit, get your mind off of all of the crises that are going on outside. I don't know where you live, where in the world you are right now, but I'm in Ontario, so the borders are closing, sis.
Ooh, a lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people will be scared, and I'll name them.
And not that I feel like an overwhelming sense of fear, but I just feel like there's a lot going on, and I have a lot of thoughts about that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say, play it safe. You know, wash your hands like you should have been doing. COVID-19 has nothing to do with your booty, so you don't need to go to the store and buy out all the tissue paper. People are literally fighting for rolls of toilet paper. I'm not understanding. I don't get it. It's not affecting your booty. So there's that. Let's jump on into this conversation. I've talked far too much in this intro. So guys, I just first wanted to give a shout out to this company, God is Dope. I love their merch. And so I just wanted to give a sense of ease at this time that everybody is going crazy in the world to know that God is still dope. God is still on the throne. And he's still in control of everything. So fear not. So obviously, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about, ooh, my phone. Surely I'm not answering it. So I came up with a list of 6 things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I think that this is very important, especially at this time when everybody is not only stocking up on toilet paper and every single grocery in the grocery store, but stocking up on quarantine bays. And let's be honest, a lot of you are out here on your little cell phones texting people that you have not spoken to in months because you're bored. You're at home and you're bored. Don't be wasting people's time during this quarantine time. Pull up a book and read. Read some scriptures out of your Bible, okay? Watch some educational TV shows. Talk to your family. Converse with people. Like, be interactive. This is a time that you probably will never get back in your life. Make the best of it. Don't just feel like you're in isolation and you can't do anything. You can't speak to anyone. You can't interact with people. You can. You just got to be safe about it. And this is not the time to be playing games with people's emotions. Summer's about to be coming up. So if you're about to fall into the trap of being in a situationship, just know that when summertime comes and gals skin out and nobody's wearing no clothes out the door, that same quarantine bae is not going to remember you, sis. They're not gonna remember you, okay? So just keep that in mind while I go through this list, and hopefully all of these tips will help you navigate your way out of your current situation or past someone who is trying to run some game on you. So the first thing is, in order to know that you're in a situationship, you need to read the signs. The first sign is that your efforts are not being matched. Maybe it's that you're constantly wanting to make dates, phone this person, especially during this quarantine time. You want to FaceTime, you want to call, you want to text, you want to find out what they're doing. You may not be able to be in the same space, or maybe this is a long distance relationship, but you want to make the effort. That effort is not being matched. You're never hearing from this person. This person never has any idea of what they want to do, how they want to do it. They're never putting in any type of effort. They're not showing you the way that you deserve to be treated. And this doesn't just go for girls and guys, but this also goes for guys. Like, if you're a guy and you're putting in so much effort and you really like this girl and she's not reciprocating in any way, understand that this is a sign that you might be in a situationship, that they may not actually care about you as much as you care about them. The second thing is, excuses are always being made as to why the person cannot be present. And when I say that, or why the relationship is not able to progress, and when I say that, what I mean is this person is always making an excuse. Whether it be, oh, you know, I can't do this right now because my job. I can't do this right now because my kids, my baby mom, because I have to study for this, because that. Like, there's always going to be excuse. And let's just be real. Life is life. Things are always happening. Things are always changing. Look how fast that COVID-19 has just amassed just hysteria amongst the people. People are going crazy and things are just constantly changing. You never know what's going to happen in life from one day to the next. So you need to make the most of every single moment. So if a person is making all these excuses and none of those things are allowing or affording time for you guys to spend quality time together, whether that be through conversation or just being in each other's presence, and there's always an excuse as to why things are not progressing, like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't really take it to the next step because this or because that. Like, I might want to start considering the fact that you may be in a situation where this person actually has no intentions of anything ever progressing, but they're just stringing you along because they know that they have easy access to you emotionally, physically, and however else that you've given access and you've allowed them space in your life. So the third thing is either you don't hear from them at all, or the times that you do hear from them, it's all very sexually charged conversations. Now, when I say that, it's not to say that anything's wrong with a little flirting. Maybe, you know, you've been in a long distance relationship with this person for a really long time, blah, 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 blah. But if that person is only ever calling you after 11 p.m., that's booty call hours. If that person only wants to have good conversation with you surrounding your body, his body, their body, whatever, and they never actually want to talk about your future, about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, how your day was, all they want to talk about is sex, some booty, like, no, that's not how you develop a good relationship that's built on a good foundation. Because when you think about it, sex and sexual conversations are only a very small part of the way that you connect with this person. And if you're hoping to take that relationship to the next level, you can't expect that all you're ever going to talk about is sex and sexual relationships. There are things like finances, savings, where do you want to live? Where do you want to work? Is that going to affect or inhibit your relationship at all? What your salary is like, how they match up, like things that people don't really want to talk about. What are your morals like? How do you discipline your kids? How do you want to discipline your kids? Like, what do you plan on doing in terms of travel, in terms of making a life together as individuals and keeping your identity as individuals, but also coming together as one, as a unit? These are all such important things and things that you could actually take time to talk to somebody about. But if they're always like, you know, trying to talk about things related to sex and sexual relationships, you might just be in a situationship because there is not any substance there, sweetie. Not at all. The next thing is that person has no drive, no direction, no intention or goal for where they want your relationship to progress. They have never prayed for you, never spoken about praying for you, and never prayed over you, never asked God whether or not this person might be somebody who is supposed to be intentionally in your life, a promised partner to and for you. And these are questions that you can, I think, safely ask someone who you're serious about. Have you prayed about even wanting to be in a relationship? Do you ask God if I might be the right person for you? Or are you just doing this just because I fulfill some sort of a need? These are all things that I don't think people actually think about. Prayer actually works. And if you are in tune with and connected to God, you're in your word, and you're really expecting for God to move in a certain way in your life with everything. And I don't just mean just the big things, but even in the small things of a relationship. Are you asking God about these things? Are you asking this person? Are you a praying person? Someone said one time that you can't be my friend. I think it was Pastor Todd. He said, you can't be my friend if you can't pray for me. And I took that to heart because I pray for my friends. And I would hope that the person that I'm with, and even if I'm not in a relationship, if I'm just talking to somebody, or even as a single person as I am right now, I'm still praying for my husband. I'm still praying for my life partner, even though I may not know who they are. Maybe I do, like I don't know that, but I want to make sure that they're covered in the blood of Jesus Christ. Because at this time, in this age, with all that's happening, listen to me, the blood of Jesus is really the only thing that's going to keep you down, holding you down. So, you know, you got to pray. You got to pray. If that person's not praying, then maybe you need to pray yourself right up out of their life. About, do they have ambition? Do they have some sort of idea of where they want this relationship to go and grow? Do they have intentionality? Do they have boundaries? Do they not have boundaries? What are your boundaries? Have you spoken about these things? All very, very important things to make sure that you're navigating relationships well and you're not stuck in a situationship. Another really important thing that I feel like I've struggled with, and that is you as a person are questioning everything. You're anxious or uncertain about your future with them because they have never, ever, ever made you feel secure. So when you are in a situationship, let me go ahead and tell you off rip, you are going to question everything, every little thing that person says or doesn't say. You're going to question it. You're going to create entire scenarios in your mind about what you think that person might mean by the one little thing that they said. And no relationship that is built on a sturdy foundation that is making you feel at ease and at peace about things, and anything that is coming from God, is not going to make you feel unsteady or uneasy. Like, God is not a God of confusion. So if at any point you feel confused about what's going on, you either need to have a conversation because you haven't vocalized how you feel, or this person is trying to take you for a ride and you just might be in a situationship, yo. Make sure that you are taking into account your own emotions, your own emotional stability. Where are you at in this journey? Do you even want to be in a relationship? Make sure you're not putting yourself in a situationship by way of being the person who is being unclear and giving someone else mixed signals, because I guarantee you that if you are ready to be in a relationship, you can find someone who matches that same energy. And if you're not, then maybe you just want to be with somebody who just is interested in going out on a couple dates, having some fun, no commitment, no issue, no problem. And let that be that. Leave the relationships for the people who actually want to be in a relationship. I don't understand why people don't get this. Very simple concept. That people make time for the things and people that are important to them. So, especially at this time when everybody, like I said, is going crazy over COVID-19, the people who are making time for you, reaching out to you, especially knowing that nobody ain't got nothing to do right now. You're at home. You've been at home. You're sitting on your computer watching your TV.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, maybe next semester. No, do it right now.
Like that stupid commercial. Where's that commercial from? You know what commercial I'm talking about. The one with Bow Wow. Or wait, was it Romeo? Might have been Romeo. Anyways, so during this COVID-19 phase and spread of the virus, if you're hearing from people who are actually making the effort to reach out to you, to call you, to check in on you, to see how you're doing, then make sure that you're reciprocating that. And let me just tell you, don't put your energy where it's not being reciprocated. Your energy is not being reciprocated by somebody, chances are they really don't care that much about who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. They're not invested in the relationship in the same way you are. So just make sure that you're covering and protecting yourself as well. Not just from the germs outside, but also covering and protecting your emotional stability and your heart. Guys, I hope that this video was light and fun and airy and got your mind off of everything that's going on in the world today. Hopefully, you do not have a quarantine bae that is about to take you for a ride. And if you do have a quarantine bae, make sure that they're in it for the long haul, not just for this 1 month that your entire city is being locked off. I do know that someone did ask me a question, so let me just go ahead and answer, which I think I did. But in order to move a relationship out of being in a situationship into an actual titled relationship, you need to set your boundaries. You need to say what you mean. You need to say what you want. And if that person cannot meet that expectation, then they've already told you what they want. They don't want anything. And so you just need to be clear and be honest. And it might be hard and your heart might be broken, but hey, it's better to have that heartbreak earlier on than you're 3 years in and you're trying to separate yourself from somebody that you really, really care about, but they never wanted anything more than just free access to who you are and all the greatness that you possess. So guys, like I said, I hope that you like this video, like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section below, which I've said like a bunch of times. So hopefully you're actually doing it. I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye guys.